What's up, party people? Strobe Kantarian here, and after my last couple of predictions as for which characters I think we'll see, possibility of getting Lei Wulong and Alyssa Bosconovich, and a couple new names I'm toss out there are going to be Eddie and Hwoarang. So, with my predictions going forward, we have probably one of the biggest rivalries in Tekken franchise between Jin Kazama and, of course, his favorite Taekwondo foe, Hwoarang. We finally get to see the character Hwoarang in a gameplay trailer reveal for the game Tekken 8, which goes to show you that if you say anything enough times, anybody can sound like Nostradamus.
How about all that?
Though there is a bit of logic behind this character reveal, though I owe Moonsault Slayer all the credit behind this one. The channel information and the video of which he describes and predicts how Hwoarang will be revealed is listed in the description below. In Moonsault's video, he states that this weekend in South Korea is their version of E3 or the Tokyo Game Show called Play X4. He also stated and confirmed that Harada would be in attendance and predicted that Hwoarang would be debuted shortly after. Now, since Taekwondo is a martial arts style that originated in South Korea, and fighting game characters that use this style are highly popular there, for example, Juri from the Street Fighter series, it does make a lot of sense why they would want to debut Hwoarang at this event. Also, Hwoarang keeps in line with character relationship and rivalries that we've seen with other characters such as Asuka and Lily, Paul and Law, and Kazuya and Jun Kazama due to his rivalry with the character Jin Kazama.
You ain't got one? Well, I do!
I expect that this trend will continue, and we might see character reveals in the future for Panda, Alyssa Bosconovich, Marduk, Lee Chaolan, or Anna Williams, though I think Anna would more likely be DLC. Other possibilities would also include Yoshimitsu and Brian Fury due to their connection to Dr. Bosconovich, who created Jack and Alyssa. Also, Yoshimitsu is still the only other original Tekken character not to be mentioned yet outside of Heihachi for the game Tekken 8. Though I don't believe that Heihachi will make the initial roster, I do think that his character, or at least his fighting style, will be at least a DLC in Season 1, or he could be the bonus character you can get for pre-ordering the game, much like Alazia was for Tekken 7 on console. Tekken 7 arcade version contained 27 characters at launch in Japan and Korea, and by the time that Tekken 7 finished, there were 51 total playable characters from 4 seasons of additions, nearly doubling the size of the roster. Now, I think that the initial roster of Tekken 8 will likely be closer to the starting point of Tekken 7's vanilla version, probably capping at 30 characters at most, meaning that with the addition of Hwoarang, this is possibly half of the starting roster. And we haven't even talked about new characters yet. Of the initial 27 characters that were in the vanilla version of Tekken 7, 7 of those were brand new characters to the franchise, which include Josie, Gigas, Katarina, Shaheen, Kazumi Mashima, Lucky Chloe, and Claudio. If we go by this and say that there's a maximum of 30 characters that will be in the initial game for Tekken 8, then only about 75% of the characters will be returning from previous Tekken games, meaning that if there are 16 more possible character slots for the initial roster, then only about 8 of those are going to be left, as the other 8 would be dedicated to brand new characters. Now, trying to figure out which characters could fill in those last 8 slots could be another video all on its own. In the same time, we're just going to put a pin in that for now and move on to what my predictions are going to be for what Hwoarang will be able to do while in heat.
Fire!
Well, now that's a little bit different take on things now, isn't it? With Harang being a user of Taekwondo, I can foresee him doing a lot of the same things that he's done in previous Tekken games. Although I haven't seen this video, it has been slightly explained to me, so unfortunately I don't have a fresh perspective on it. And with that being ruined, thanks Chief Raka. Let's just kick this off and move on to the video trailer. Alrighty, let's get this thing started. Alright, I have a feeling that Harang's gonna have to be fighting Jin at some point. We're gonna get an interaction, because we're seeing a lot more interactions with characters. Oh, you're riding the bike. Oh. So he has both eyes again. So it was only temporary. I'm glad they brought his blood talon. Ah. Says the same things. A lot more modern of a uniform. Okay, let's beat up Nina. Alright. Oh, okay. Okay, that's new. We can use that in a combo now. Cool. Explosions. Of course. Ah, is that the new interaction for the stage start? That's actually kind of cool. Alright. Got a heat burst. Bicycle kick. Okay, same. Alright. Alright. Oh, new interactive. That is nice. I like that. That's pretty cool. Alright. So, heat engager. Oh, what was that from Jin? That was interesting. Alright, another heat engager. Florism. Alright, here comes the rage art. Oh! Kick. Alright, it's almost like a hurricane kick. So this is almost like the Nash or Charlie crescent kick down. And he rides off into the sunset on his motorcycle. So, alright, kind of cool. Alright, we'll do it one more time. I won't spend too much. I'm really not going to be able to get much analysis because I am, even though I played against my friend who used Harang a lot, I'm not going to say that I'm really thoroughly familiar with the character. Alright, so one more fast and we'll break it down kind of slow again. I do like his costume. It's like it kind of like Harang's look has. They've always kind of shown him as like the biker look, but it's cool that he's kind of kept that biker aspect from him. But his martial arts outfit looks a little bit more modern, kind of like more MMA-ish, but almost with a gi. So I think it looks pretty cool. I can't really figure out what his abilities while he's in heat or just in general are right now. But I like that interaction right there. That's actually pretty cool. I think that's pretty much like if you have Jin versus Harang, I think that's how like the match will start up. Much like how when Jin and Lars came together, they did their thing where they did like the Ken and Ryu fist bumps before the match starts. So with Jin and Harang, it's going to be the kicks. So what was that red flashing thing? Let me go back a couple seconds right there, where he blocks this. You see how it's like flash red? Is that something? I wonder if that's something new that they're going to incorporate, because we haven't really seen that yet. Like the color scheme is very different with Harang than it has been for some of the other trailers that we've seen thus far. So, all right. So we're just going to look at this one more time, kind of slow it down, and see if we can kind of get anything else. Like I said, this is going to be kind of fast. Again, I'm not a Harang expert. I don't know too much about him, so I'm not going to be able to tell you too many things other than some new things that I think I've not seen before, but that's really about it. But let's go one more game, one more time. All right. Slow motion mode, here we go. Anytime now. Okay. Alright, so Power Crush. Yeah, it's kind of the same. I don't know if he had that before. That kick kind of looks... Alright, now that's something different. That was a parry. That looked like a parry. Let's go back in a second. Before he did that. So right here, right, you see that stance right there? We slow it down one more time. Alright, so we got the stance. So I don't know if that was a parry or a counter, but it looked like it might have been a parry. Something I'm fairly sure he doesn't have. And it looks like a lot more characters have this ability now, which makes a lot of sense because the fact that the game's going to be so much more offensive, you got to give characters a way to be more defensive actively, other than just kind of taking, holding the move. So I think all characters are going to possibly get either a parry or a counter, something that they didn't have. Like, only specific characters had this before, but with the game moving to a highly offensive mode, I think it's almost necessary that characters now get a parry or a counter to actually be able to counteract the high offense that's going to be in this game. So we have a new interactable where you kicks them through the wall. Alright, that's nothing new. Alright, so we've seen a few of his heat engagers. So there's another heat engager, he's on a run. Alright, so that's different, where he had those little red sparks while he blocked. I don't know if that's something new they added just to kind of give a different color scheme so you can kind of tell what's going on. But almost all of his hits have like this little red spark, whether they hit or don't hit. So, not sure if that's just something specific with Hwoarang, or if it's something new to the game that they just haven't incorporated yet. So that was almost kind of a little bit of his old throw, like his command throw that he used to have, or his side throw, where he kind of do those kicks and kind of like break your neck at the end, and then kind of does this little crescent kick at the end. But overall, pretty cool. I think I know from my buddy who is a Hwoarang player, Chief Raka, who I called out a little bit earlier in the video. We're gonna mention you again. You feel special. You finally got your Hwoarang. Congratulations to you. But he is actually pretty excited to see Hwoarang in the game. Someone was saying there was like a few of Baek Do-san, or there were comments that there were Baek Do-san's moves. I didn't really catch too many. A lot of their moves were similar to begin with, but I don't know if Baek will actually be in Tekken 8. I definitely don't foresee him being in the initial roster, that's 100% sure. Maybe he comes as DLC later, but the last time we've seen Baek in a main Tekken game, I believe, was Tekken 5. I don't believe he was in Tekken 6, and so I'm not sure he comes back. Or if there is another Taekwondo user, maybe there is a newer character that takes on some of Baek's moves, much like Josie did in Tekken 7, where she took on a lot of Bruce's moves.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap up, B.
But with that being said, let's move to the end and wrap this thing up. That brings us to the end of this video. Tekken 8 has given us a lot of information regarding the characters in the game thus far, and it's still only in its alpha phase. Now, with the number of slots dwindling down, who is a character that you really hope is able to take one of the last ones remaining? And is there a particular fighting style that you hope gets incorporated into Tekken with possibly a brand new character? Let your voices be heard in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, as it truly does help the channel to grow. And for those of you who have, thank you very much from me for taking the time to do so. If you're new to the channel and looking for more content in the future, click that notification bell and you'll receive a message as soon as a new video drops. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and as soon as there's more information on Tekken 8, I'll be sure to share. But until then, I'm Strobe Kantarian, and I'll catch you donkeys next time.